Alright, Grace, welcome back to Mediation. Thanks. Alright, so everyone feeling good after their caucuses?
Yes.
Alright, yes. So, first item on the agenda was the location of the party. Since you went first with the caucus, I'm going to let Ricardo start with how he feels about the location.
Well, as I was saying before, I don't know that there's an alternative for where to have the party since we have the most room and everyone's the most comfortable. I suppose we can maybe squeeze a party or two here or there at my brother's house, but you know how tight it is over there with everybody. But if that's going to help the situation, I suppose I can consider it.
How do you feel about that?
When you say squeeze a party or two, what does that mean? Because I am supplying a party from like August through like February. So
like once every other year for like Christmas or something.
Absolutely not.
Jeez.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Well, where else do you want to have the parties then? Help me out here.
Maybe everybody can pitch in towards a location.
I guess we can, but that's like something you got to plan for. You can't just spring it up on people and be like, oh, we should get a hall for, the party that we've already committed to doing.
Why do I have to be like accommodating? I'm the one that's working hard to keep and maintain this house as well.
And I understand, and I help you too.
I want to keep it nice.
Why don't we, for this year, since we've already committed to it and everybody's coming, have the parties here this year, and then next year when we have more time, we can talk about an alternative location, and then potentially, maybe everybody could pitch in and we can afford, to have it somewhere else. I don't know that.
No, I've talked to Mrs. Miranda and I've asked her to do this because I don't want to do this anymore. I want to have this because I am done with the parties at my house. I want to just limit it to a few a year, and that starts with this year.
Well, so what do you suggest that we do? Because obviously we're not coming to an agreement here.
All right. So, how many parties are you willing to have here this year?
2.
Which holidays?
Christmas Eve and let's say New Year's.
How do you feel about that?
Well, so what are we going to do for Thanksgiving then, I guess? What are we going to tell people? Are we just then not going to host it, so we're not going to celebrate it at all?
We can have it at your family's house. One of them can host it. And Halloween as well. How about Christmas and just my daughter's birthday?
Well, what happened to Christmas and New Year's now? See?
I'm
now
kind
you're
of
going back.
I'm thinking maybe New Year's is too much.
Can't understand it.
I think what Ricardo's trying to say is that going back to his concern about following precedent in the plan, the rest of the family has already planned on coming here. It might cause more, it might be more work on your part to try and organize a whole new plan. Is that fair?
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think his family, maybe you can coordinate a little more with your family and continue to have them this year, but I really prefer if you could talk to your family and not have it all this year.
Fair enough. I will say that I will bring up the option to them of an alternative. If we can come up with an agreement or somewhere, then we can accommodate and go that route. But if we can't, then at least I still know that I can have the option of like, well, couldn't make it for this year, let's go ahead still have the parties, we'll host it, and then, but let's make sure that for next year we have a different plan so we're not hosting all the parties.
That. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I'm still gonna get stuck hosting all the parties.
Well, so what I'm hearing Ricardo say is that he's willing to try and change the plan for this year. He is willing to talk to his family and try to find a new location or another family member's house for this year. But in the case that it doesn't work out, he would still like to have the comfort or like the backup plan of hosting the parties here. Is that fair?
Yes.
I think that's fair.
So do we have an agreement?
Yes, we have an agreement from my side.
What about you?
It's hard to agree to this, but
Okay, so I mean we can work out the details. So how soon do you want him to talk to his family?
nah.
Would you like to make a phone call while we're in mediation? She's only charging us $1,000, 3 sessions.
Yeah, this is Well, if we can afford this, we could definitely afford a location.
Financials is a different topic. Focusing back on what the agreement that we just came to, which was
Okay. Yes.
You know.
Stick to the topic at hand, please.
that was very respectful. Good. And it is very, again, the fact that you both are here and just came to an agreement on your own shows that you can find resolutions. So I think we should continue that trend. So again, focusing on the agreement that was just made about the location, how soon, in a realistic time frame, would you like him to talk to his family?
So what's the next party that we're hosting? Thanksgiving.
Correct.
So
It's the 15th. So I doubt that we'll be able to make it. But I can call them this week and see what we can do for the rest of the holidays going forward.
so that would mean Christmas, New Year's.
Correct.
Okay. Wait, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's. Just don't forget they all.
Yes.
Okay. So we have an agreement right now that Thanksgiving will still be held at your house,
Yes.
but for the parties in December, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve, Ricardo will talk to his family and try to find an alternative location. And then the caveat, I guess, is if there is no alternative for this year, the parties will still be held here.
How do I
agree
know?
with that statement.
Wait, how do I know you're gonna make a good effort
Would you like to be present?
during the conversations with his family?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a joint conversation with your family, happening what date by the end of this week?
That changes the dynamics of everything now because how do I know what she's going to say, what her tone is going to be of during the conversation?
Well, she just, from what I gathered, you had just said you wanted to be present.
Yes.
So would you,
So you're going to keep your mouth shut there. Is that what you're saying?
was that helpful?
So you're not going to have any input during any let me do all the talking? And then we can always come back in private and discuss what happened or something. But I don't want a scene with my family.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, Thanksgiving, here at your house.
Correct.
And then Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Eve will be discussed to try to find a new location. Again, what day is this happening?
Friday afternoon.
Okay.
We're all going to get together, and so it would be a good time for me to bring it up.
That's right. We have your birthday in between all this, and your brother's birthday, and your mother's birthday, and your daughter's birthday. So yeah.
Back to party.
Alright, so then, again, Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Thanksgiving for our household.
Correct.
And then Friday afternoon, discussion for alternatives, where Grace will remain silent to ensure that Ricardo is putting forth enough effort.
Correct.
All right, and then in the event that no alternative can be found for this year, parties will remain here. But going forward for future parties, this will be a regular conversation with your family.
Yes.
Agreed?
Yes.
All right. Well, first agreement made on
Very nice.
the agenda. Are you both comfortable moving on?
Whew. Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right.
Feel better already.
So, the second item on the agenda is the preparation and delegation of tasks and more broadly the organization. So, since you went first last time, Grace, you can begin with this topic.
The preparation of organizational tasks.
Yes.
So
Excuse me, I need to go.